We are now going to get into our episode or our segments where we look at buy, selling, and holding.
Mm-hmm.
We've also added a little bit extra to this week. So to start us off, let's look at who we're buying.
Target acquired.
Tajay acquired.
Now, before we kick it off,
Tajay.
ladies and gentlemen, instead of giving you 10 to 15 targets to look at, Skiddy and I have identified 5 that we think that you really need to look at bringing in primos wise this week, because we think that they could make a difference to your side.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start it off with Tom Green from GWS, Skiddy.
Yeah, you got to love watching. Sorry.
Bit tired, old mate.
Mate, I've had a long day at work, so I do apologise. But yes, I'm still alive at the moment. It's okay, boys. Yeah, Tom Green, I think, is the number one buy guy this week. If you do not have him, 487K. That's the lowest you're going to see Tom Green in a long, long time. Mm-hmm. He's got a break even of 71, and he could just absolutely he could go huge. The ceiling is massive. Come on. No, Ian, no. Tom Green is your guy this week if you don't have him. Horse, who you got number 2?
Isaiah Wanganeen-Malera, 521K, Woo! Break even of 77. He has been much better these last few weeks, and he has a huge run at Marvel where he averages almost 100 points per game too. His last 3 games, 115, 113, 112. I think it's buy time. I think you're getting good consistency there.
Okay. I like that. My number 3, I'm going with Zach Merritt. I reckon he's just a little bit over that 600K mark, 608, and I reckon he's going to go absolutely ham on Dream Time this week. I think he still will get his break even. I don't care about that. I think Zach Merritt's going to be the right time to go for him.
Yep. For me, I'm going to stick with the St Kilda theme, and I think Rowan Marshall is an absolute get for those of you that need a St Kilda ruckman, or not even St Kilda ruckman, a ruckman. Break even of 7, 588K. Yep. This is probably as cheap as you're going to find him all year, ladies and gentlemen. Man is on a mission at the moment, and the knee is much better. 107, 164, 169 in his last 3, and he is known for playing very well against Maxi Gawn as well. Round us out, mate.
Yeah, number 5, last one. I reckon we can look at Matt Rao. He's 566K, so he's definitely dipped a little bit now, and we can actually really look at feasting into him for the rest of the year. Still averages 119. And I think he's still a top 10 Supercoach player this year, and I reckon he can still keep him going. So, yes, big yes to Matt Rao. Horse, let's sell some stocks.
Okay. Now, we've identified 4 players here that we think are absolute sells right now. And to kick us off, mate, we're starting with Kieran Briggs from GWS.
Gone, done. No, not a chance. I'm not even watching him anymore. If you have him, you'd be absolutely filthy. This is not where he's going to go down like Marshall and then back up. No, he's just been shit house.
Yep. For me, I'm going to go a little left field here, and I think Harry McKay's a sell. Okay. So, 451K, break even of 122. He has not turned up in 4 weeks, and he has a 3-round average of 77. So if it means you can go sideways into someone else, I would probably do that this week.
Yep, I agree with that, mate. Absolutely.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this one is just going to have to be one that we're going to talk about. It's Ollie Wines, and just we know that last time this happened, he did play the week after, but I don't want to see this being a common occurring thing for him.
No.
I think his health should be first. So I think it's just a right idea if we just cut the loss, like we just cut it, not have to worry, not worry about that, and then there'll be no negativity towards him. We can just focus on seeing him be better and get back to his best.
100%, mate. Well said. And Jones from GWS, 175K. He's pinged a hamstring tendon, so it's more like 8 to 10 weeks than the usual 4 to 6 for a serious hamstring. So to you, young man, hopefully you get better soon, but you are on the chopping block, and see you later.
Yep.
Next, mate, we're going to discuss who we should be holding.
Hold
Your man, Dylan Moore.
Yeah, I'm still holding. Break even of 165. He's 531k. I still think I'm still standing by it. He's still going to be a top 6 forward from when I said it 5 weeks ago, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him go absolutely massive, and I'm pretty sure in those 4 weeks he's still averaging over 100. So fine, I'm okay with that. He can still keep going there.
Yep.
Petrarca, what are you doing? Are you still confident in this hold?
It's a loose hold. Oh, it's not a confident hold if I had him. I don't have him, but at 552k, a break even of 98 and a season average of 107. The forward time is killing him. He's got no chance of getting DPP this time around, nor I think for the year. I'd like to see him play a little bit more midfield. So he's a hold for now, but it's a curious hold.
Yeah.
Darcy Wilson. So we've heard a bit in the community, mate, and on social media that people are starting to sell this bloke out.
Yeah. No. Oh, hold another week. You got one more in him, I reckon. Even if he goes 70, I don't care. Like that's fine. As long as he's over 400k, fine by me. Fine by me. He's made you a shitload this year. So 3-round average of 97, 5-round average of 90. Happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Horse, 5, 3 weeks. You're holding, are you?
5 is life. I'm holding. He's had a down 3 weeks, but against a undermanned Collingwood midfield, and with the likes of him and Sarong and Johnson and Brayshaw and the way that their defensive unit works, I think they will beat Collingwood over there. And I think Fife, being the bigger body midfield, I think he'll play quite well this week.
Isn't it amazing when we say that Collingwood's best midfielders aren't playing this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're still going to line up with a midfield of Nick Dacos, Scott Pendlebury, and Jack Crisp. Like, must be pretty bloody nice to be Collingwood.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's
Now, what we're gonna add this week, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're going to add a watch list.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Brilliant.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't have seen that yet because it is a new addition to our segment buy, hold, sell, and watch list. These are some fallen primos that we think that you should be keeping an eye on so that if you see them hit form, to jump on board before their prize gets too far out of reach. And to start off with, mate, I'd love to bring up Will Day. 500k, break even of 58. We're watching here for more midfield time because he did score 140 against Port last week, and we know he's coming back from a serious injury. If I see him in the midfield this week and he goes 115 plus, I think he makes his way into the horses for courses, mate.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I'm definitely keeping a massive eye on Will Day. Hey, Ian, up yours. Laird, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Laird. If he drops down to about 500, but I just haven't seen much improvement from him this season at all. Besides the game against North. And that's the North effect. We don't care. We saw Mac Guelphy score 120 and score 3 goals 3 against North. We saw Bodie Uwu score 107 because that's just what happens with the North effect. So I don't care about that for Laird. But I'm just watching. If it gets that low, then
if he gets to sub 500k, he's worth a genuine look.
Maybe.
Shy Bolton, 415k.
I'm watching you. Gorgeous, man.
415k for Shy Bolton, break even of 106. Yeah. This is the guy that we're both watching in our forward lines, mate. He still hasn't been any good, and he's dropped 150k in the past 5 weeks. Nope. But once they get their players back from injury, this man could be an absolute shot in the arm for our forward lines, couldn't he?
Big time. Absolutely. Love to see that. And then you got your David Swallow that you've already talked about. You're really keeping an eye on Swallow at 188k.
Break even of 25. Sneaky bench option here. He's dropped 235k this year. If he's not a sub risk, and we know that he could play decent mid time, he could average you 75, and at 188k, he could make you an extra 200k.
Yep. I'm worried about the sub risk, but that's all right. If you reckon it, I can definitely I can definitely see the vision of it as well. Timmy
Mhm.
English, 596K. Can't remember the last time he was this short priced.
Yep.
He's got a break even of 167. So he could even drop more if he does not bounce back here. He has gone big against the Swans, but the last time that he played Grundy was in 2020. So not much to go off of here. So we're just going to have to wait and see how this one's going to play out. So we're going to see how that goes. But what about Errol Horse? Because this is the one where I go, I'm not sure because – yes, he's had massive scores in previous years, but we haven't seen it from this year.
Ooh, Errol. 538K. The ceiling is just not there so far this year, but we saw last year that he just went nuts. So when he does go nuts and when he does start, if he scores a couple of high scores in a row, then we've got to be ready to jump on before he gets absolutely priced out of our range. And one that I do want to add to this list that I don't have here is Jai Caldwell. If he gets, again, massive bulk mid-minutes this week for Essendon against Richmond, yes, they're playing a depleted Richmond side, but if you can see that the minutes are there, I would be all over it as well.
Well, you bastards, get off my back, all right? I've worked 12 hours today. Piss off. Are we going to have to get inside pillows in the merch store for Skiddy? Like, come on, mate. Maybe if you bought, what, you want inside pillows with my face on it? We can do that.
Let's get into captains.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain!
I can hear you.
Your shout, mate. Luke Ryan against Collingwood.
Yeah, I mean, Collingwood give up a lot of points to defenders, so I can definitely see a position where Luke Ryan will be the main man going big. Also, we could also see that with Jordan Clark as well. So yeah, don't mind that. He could definitely be where mine goes. Dogs do give up a lot. I just want to see how, like, if the Swans' defensive pressure on their mids is the same as what they did to Carlton last week, then yes, I would definitely like the go of Heaney. But can we go past Zach Butters against North Horse?
That's where my VC option will be, mate.
I like that. that big time. Nick Dacos, 130 against Freo last time, and now he's in the midfield, so he did that off halfback. I'm pretty sure it was at Optus Stadium. He had 37 and a goal, I believe, and he ran absolutely rampant all over that larger ground. Zach Merritt is probably where my C goes this week. 162 and 150 in the last two against the Tigs. The 150 was in Dreamtime as well, so he does love playing in the bigger games. Do like that for Zachy Merritt. Threw the diddly in here because he had 130 last time against the Blues as a midfielder last year, and he's just been unbelievable, so why not ride that wave? Christian Petrarca, he loves playing and beating up on the Saints because they chose Paddy McCartan above him in the national draft. And it seems like he's just got a vendetta against the Saints and he always tries to go for blood against them. So if you got track, this could be one. And just because he's the absolute GOAT, I'm throwing the W train in here, Horse. He's kicking another 6. The W train, all aboard. He's going to go ham all over Adelaide, even though Adelaide have some of the best defense I've seen in a long, long time for someone that doesn't have like a star key defender.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, dead set. Worrell, Keane, Michael Laney, and who's that number 16? Hamill. They have been unbelievable the past 3 weeks. And Jordan Bartz as well. Jordan Bartz, oh my God. I think every AFL team would love a Jordan Bartz on their team.
How did Jordan Butts come up in captain's choices?
I don't know. That's a good call. And then Marshall and Steele both have gone large in previous years against the D's, especially last year. So, that's the captain's choices, Horse. I think one of those guys will be the guys that we want there.